The Porsche Boxster and Cayman used to be the affordable Porsches, the entry level, the one you gave to your wife. This one, however, is $110,000. So today we're gonna check it out, drive it, see what all the fuss is about. You see, even in today's overinflated, high interest rate economy, $100,000 is a lot of money. There's a lot of cars that I can get for $100,000 just off the top of my head, like an M4, an M3. Most of them are BMWs. Sorry, I work for BMW. It's a thing. But besides that, there's a lot of cars that you can get that make more power, have faster 0 to 60 time, give you a better driving experience, and cost less money than a Cayman. Granted, this car does have a lot of options, about $30,000 worth. Some of those options include leather interior in black, 7-speed PDK transmission, 911 turbo wheels, Porsche active suspension management, Burmester high-end sound system. That one's worth it. I like it a lot. Interior trim in carbon fiber, adaptive sports seats, sports chrono package, a little lap timer thing. And the list goes on and on. Even the seat belts in Guards Red are $300, which I think those look pretty awesome. A lot of the stuff doesn't come standard. Porsches are the king of options. And so you can make these cars whatever you want them to be. They're very personalized, they're customized. You know exactly how you want them. But still, it's a lot of money for a Cayman. You're not wasting all the money though, because Kelley Blue Book put this on their top 10 list of cars that retain value, the best over a 5-year period. The Porsche 911 I don't think was even on that list, which I was surprised by because I feel like the Porsche 911 holds value better than the Cayman. But anyways, I'll repeat myself probably a million times. $110,000 is a lot of money. It's even more money when you consider that this car has a Boxster 4-cylinder. It's not the 6. You don't get the flat 6 for $100,000. I think of an M240 when I think of this car because you get the B58 straight 6, twin scroll turbo, 382 horsepower, and 0 to 60 in like 4.2 seconds. So this car has a lot to live up to. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Porsches. And this does not sound like a 4-cylinder. The Boxsters in these cars sound phenomenal, and that's one of the things I love about them. Porsches feel way different than BMWs. Like the M240 is a small, light car, and you feel like very twitchy in the corners. Porsches feel so heavy and so planted. Like everything about this car feels a little bit higher quality. Actually, it's a lot higher quality than what BMW produces. So you do get something for your money. You get a lot of performance, you get a really good drive. Something about Porsche that you know you're in a Porsche when you sit inside one just by the smell, and I kind of like that. It's kind of a weird thing to point out, but I'm a kind of a weird guy. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into Sport Plus mode. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. And giving it a lot of throttle. Again, it's just not super fast. There's no real, push you back in your seat kind of power. It's a little bit more basic. This isn't a 911. This doesn't have the big turbos. It does have a turbo. Yes, it's a, forced induction car. It's not just all straight engine. But still, I gotta be honest, that sound is fantastic. It sounds nothing like a 4-cylinder. There's no way that's a 4-cylinder engine. You get that really nice high-pitched whistle from the turbo whenever you get into the higher RPMs, and it sounds really, really good. Getting back to the drive of this car, you feel everything. And you can hear it a lot too. I don't know if you can hear how loud the interior is in this car, but it's pretty noisy. It's not exactly the quietest ride. These are actual sports car things. This is a sports car. This is not meant to be comfortable. But the M240 is actually pretty comfortable. So one of the things that I struggle to understand, this car does not have any kind of wireless Bluetooth audio. Like, I can't just connect my phone and play music without having to connect it to a hardwire, like a USB. I don't get that. I feel like the Volkswagen Audi group can come up with a way that this infotainment system can have some sort of wireless Bluetooth, but it doesn't. And it's kind of annoying because the Burmester sound system in this car is fantastic. Heavy bass, very high quality, and very clear sound for $4,000. The centerpiece of the interior is the steering wheel. They feel really, really good in your hands. They look fantastic, and they kind of finish off the rest of the car. I also love the gauge cluster. There's not a lot of digital stuff going on. There are some LCD readouts, and you have a big red tachometer. The red on this is, again, an option, but it looks really, really good in this car. All in all, yeah, the interior is really well put together. We have a wide open stretch of road. We have nobody in front of us, nobody behind us. We are going to try a launch real quick and see how it goes. Ready, and 3, 2, 1. there's 60. All right. It's not a bad launch. I mean, it's definitely solid. It's quick. It gets out of its own way. These cars are not slow. I want to stress that to you because they're not slow cars. For the weight of the car, yes, 350 horsepower is not bad. I do wish it had a little bit more, though. I'm sure that you could tune this car and get a little bit more out of it. For that price point, I still go back to the M4 and the M2. No, I don't think those cars look as hot and sexy as this does, but man, they give you so much more. I loved the Cayman GT4 that I drove. I thought that was a fantastic car. Like the balance of that car, everything about it. Obviously, it cost a lot more money than this one does. But again, a BMW could give you a lot of the same stuff for a lot less money. That's where I have a little bit of a hard time. And speak of a 911, there is one right in front of me. That's the thing. When you're driving a Cayman, you've spent $100,000 on a car, and you wish it was a 911. So, yes, I do like it. No, I would not spend that kind of money on it. If I had that kind of money, I would buy a pre-owned 911, and I'd be so happy with it.